chef tracks. It's me, Maja Chef Track, and welcome to another repaint video. Today we'll be using this yellow Lalaloopsy bird to create a complementary to the spicy chili pepper balloon bird. Another one, the cherry balloon bird, which will be sweet and pink and purple. So that's what I want to do. So instead of the spicy soup, that bird is yellow, but I'm going to repaint it pink. So I'm using these square paints to paint on top of it to create that essence. So I'm going to get this paint and I'm going to paint the cherry balloon bird, this cherry pink, the sweet shade of cherry pink. That's what I want to do. So painted it. Hopefully that will be enough layers because I'll be giving it the same makeover aspect as the spicy one, with the exception of the spicy one does not have a nest and the sweet one has. And that nest is not even removable. So there would be fins of birds. So the cherry balloon birds are good mothers who actually care about their little chicks, while the spicy ones don't. They're not that good mothers. So that's what I've decided to do. To amp up the opposites of each other. The cherry balloon birds do care about their chicks, but the spicy ones don't. And that's why they grow up to be that spicy rebel birds to the cherry balloon birds. So I've added the pink paint. Time to let it dry. Let's let it dry. I think it's a great idea considering that the cherry balloon birds care so much about their own chicks as mothers that you cannot even get them off their nests because technically you can't, because that's how it was molded, the Lalaloopsy toy that I'm making it out of, and that will give it a reason why you cannot remove that nest, and it will justify the reason why that nest is not removable from the bird, while this did not come with a nest because the spicy chili pepper ones do not care. The rebels, they're spicy, they do not care, so that's why I did not give it a nest, not even a removable one, and that's on purpose. I looked at it the next day and I thought this pink alone was too bright for what I was going for, so I mixed both that pink with this one, and the color looks better. For the cherry balloon bird, now let's let it dry before adding more details to it. It dried. Time to add a beak and eyes, like in terms of painted on. But for the eyes, I'm going to do the beads. Bead eyes, just like the chili pepper one, with the exception that this is the cherry one. So once that is added, I'm going to use glue and this glitter to paint on the beak. So I have some glue and I'll mix into it the glitter of choice. But first of all, let's dab the brush into the glue and mix into it the glitter, because that creates glitter glue paint. And once that is mixed up, time to paint it on. Let's just paint that on so I can add it in around the beak, because that's the type of beak I want her to have. And I'm also going the extra mile by giving her legs here, those legs, so she can look like she's sitting but yet caring for her little chicks. The chicks are not visible, but I could make some visible ones. But yet you cannot remove the nest from her, so we're not going to remove. We're not going to even try for the purpose of what she really is. And let's add some pink and purple feathers. So this pink I promised I'll use for the cherry balloon birds instead of the chili pepper ones. So we're going to glue it around her wing area where she's supposed to have her wings. Let's add it in. And one of the things that chili pepper balloon birds and cherry balloon birds do not like each other, because they're three different from each other. That's why they do not like each other. So let's also get light pink feathers onto her wings too, like parts of feathers. And I think I'll use those cool purple feather particles too, because it's in the design. So let's add it in. And done. I'm just going to trim the purple feather a bit and add it to the other side. Let's add those. And there we go. Wait, this is trimmed. More than what it's supposed to. I wanted to hammer in the hope that you can see her nest. I want to keep the nest visible, so that's why I trimmed it so drastically like this. And it looks more balanced with the chili pepper feathers. But let's let that dry. The feathers dried. Time to add the chick. The cherry balloon bird chick to it. And let's also add another one. They're twins, so let's now add eyes to them. Let's add tiny little eyes to the chicks, like this. Another one also needs the eyes. So let's get those eyes on. And we're going to use purple for the beaks. So I will add that before I let them dry. And it's okay to make the chips look lavender anyway, so that's what. And since that is done, we have to let it dry. It dried. So before concluding this video, I'm going to add some feathers to the chicks because I think that cherry balloon bird chicks do not look like birds enough. Although they're chicks of the birds, then they still need to look like birds. So that's why I have to add at least one feature or three features that distinguishes it. Beaks already is a beak is a feature that makes it look like a bird, but the feathers just amplify it even more. So that's why we have to add it in. So I'm just trying to get gluey in that area. It's like the gluey tub does not want to listen to me today. So I'm just going to force it by using a piece of wire to get glue onto the birds. I think the glue just cares too much about themselves. A little bit too much, just like that cherry balloon bird mother that you cannot remove from her nest, for better or for worse, because she just cares that much about her little babies. She loves them no matter what. So after adding that feather to the chicks, you can't remove the chicks either, so let's let it dry. And yet that feature does speak for itself, so let's let it dry. It dried. I was going to conclude the video right there, but I came up with something. The chili pepper bird does not care about anything but itself. So that's why I did not make it a tree, because I wanted it to feel like for the chili pepper bird to feel like I just didn't care and I just wanted something done, which is this, while in the contrast to the cherry balloon birds, put as much care as possible into it, which I did care about just the chili pepper bird itself, because that bird only cares about the spiciness of itself, while the cherry one does actually care. So I thought anything that I don't care and I care about goes with this, I guess. I'm going to make a tree, a loving tree for the bird, and it will come with a branch where she will be displayed. So just every little detail you could come up with. So let's get some holes into the piece of cardboard and get the wire in. Well, that didn't work, and I do care about this working out, so let's use plastic instead, because it will be stronger. Because love is supposed to endure all things, even the tree. So let's just add the wire in and bend it. It did require a little elbow grease, but it's okay. At least it worked. I guess so. Let's, for the tree, create a branch and try to make it as stable as possible. So, that's what I'm doing. Bending, but that kind of wire is difficult to bend, so there's that. So now let's add the bark of the tree to it. We're going to start with this brown fabric to create it, because that fabric will actually help it. And I'm going to get some thread to stitch it on where it should be stitched on, and hoping to create a realistic tree bark texture on this, even if I'm going to paint it one shade of brown later. So that's what I'm doing. So let's just add it in to make the tree for this. And there we go. Cut it off. And it's time to get some brown paint to turn it into an actual tree bark. So let's mix up some acrylic paints with the careful selection of browns. Mix. I think it should be warmer. Let's add this in hopes it will be better. Nope. More red. Because I don't really care about this, because it's supposed to be created like this. So let's just make it seem like I do. I do still love the chili pepper bird, but it's supposed to be a project that does not care about anything, while the cherry balloon birds do. So that's why I'm doing that. Not like I don't care for the chili pepper project, it's just meant to be that essence. It does not care, although I do. Just to make it like this, to bring out the two opposites of each other. The tree bark is done. I think it would be better lighten that color, so let's mix in some white to it to see if that's the answer. So mixing, mixing, mixing. Because I have a different type of idea for the tree. A willow type tree for this, because it would be maybe not willow, but I forgot what the tree name is for the tree that I decided on. So that's what I'm doing, and I find it actually fun to put twists and turns that are unexpected into my project. No wonder the videos are so long. I just like putting in the unexpected twists and turns into it. The bark has to dry before I add in anything else. I googled it, and let's make a birch tree, because it's the one with the black and white stripes. So decided to paint the stripes while I'm at doing its bark. But yet that paint did already dry, so there's that. I'll add in the leaves later. Yes, I'm going to add leaves later. For now, I'm just going to add some moss and grass to the base of this. So, any person looking at it, unless they've watched the video, would not think I used a piece of plastic to hold it together. And this wool is just perfect for nature scenes for dolls, in terms like recreating nature in doll form or miniaturized. But anyways, let's add the leaf to this area here, and should I add the nest, because yet she had to pick the best, most stable area of the tree to have her nest there. Maybe that's not such a good idea. Better she really cares about those chicks and the nest. Let's add leaves. It's not going to be a removable bird because all of the cherry balloon birds care so much about each other. It's like evident even in the background. So I'm intending it to be just used as a background piece for scenes that, you know, is obvious. It dried, so after that I started to glue on some leaves to actually make the tree come alive with some leaves, because it needs to be a tree that's alive for this project. Although it's a young tree right now, yet there's a lot added to it with a caring cherry balloon bird mother on top of it. So I'll be adding it like this for now. I may later add more branches, but for now I'm just going to let that dry before I add the branches in. Everything dried, I've added some tree branches that were on wire to add even more leaves to it, and the pop of pink on the cherry balloon birds actually makes this sculpture or art piece come together. So I want to put as much care into it as possible, just like the cherry balloon bird mother into her chicks. You can still see them there in that pop of pink. I'm going to add even more of these branches to the tree around that area, and yes, I made that up so there's more room for the branches of the tree. Let's just add them in to make it look actually like a tree. Oops, that's too long. Let's trim it better. And I do like how much it's starting to look like a tree, but let's just move that in a position where you can actually see the cherry balloon birds on the tree. And that's a good way of using those leaves, actually. Those leaves from the range. And ta-da! That's the finished product. So, Chef Tex, what do you think of the cherry balloon bird and the tree that she lives on? Please tell me in the comments. I thought I wasn't going to do the tree, but I think it was a great addition to the cherry balloon birds and a great piece to use for my dolls, even if it's like background thing that there is. So please tell me what you think of it. And bye, Chef Tex. See you in another video. Bye.